Hi everyone, and we'll say good morning. No, good evening. Yeah. So whatever you give us from good evening, and thank you for joining us in this live Q&A section. If you can hear me, can you be kind enough to just drop a chat and say yes or something? My name is Ejiro, and I've been hosting scholarship webinars for a while now. So today we are kind of doing like Q&A section. Any questions you have, any concerns you have, any maybe you're new to scholarship, maybe you don't even know where to start from, maybe okay you know but you need some clarity. So feel free to drop your questions. Also, some of our mentors will be coming in and dropping out. So it's a very flexible section. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. We're here to help. So in the meantime, it would be nice to drop your name and possibly where you're joining in from. So, to our guest on Facebook, we say welcome. We can see you. Please drop your questions. To our guest on Twitter, I believe StreamYard can now get chat from Twitter. Please, we see you. Drop your questions. And to the guest on YouTube page, channel, do drop your questions. So this is how this session goes. We don't really have anything really planned out. Of course, I have what to talk about to fill in the space, but it's about you. What questions do you have? Maybe you have some questions, what information, or you're not too sure. So, whatever question you drop, that's what we're going to address. So, feel free to drop your questions while we see how we can make this work. So, let me say, okay, we have, Abdullahi. Forgive me if I didn't pronounce your name well. From Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining in. We have it's on YouTube. Yeah, we have from Facebook Matthew from Zambia. Okay, I wonder what the time is in Zambia right now. Wow, but thank you so much for joining us too. And this is for watching the match, ongoing match. You can always come back and watch the replay or join in future sections. So this section, like I said earlier, is here to help you to address your concerns. So this is one of many sections. So in subsequent sections, you'll be seeing different mentors coming in at times 2, 3, coming to just help. So please let's maximize this opportunity. We don't have to wait for an ongoing application before we start having webinars. No, we want to prepare you way ahead of time. Okay, so what schools you want to go to, what courses, personal statement, proposals, just name it, or possibly some of you just need encouragement because it's most times when you get a lot of rejection, what you just need most times is the strength to move on. You need that this encouragement. So what I can say is I think this is a good space where you can ask questions and learn and grow. Okay, we have Ife from Lagos too. Okay, that's interesting. Thank you so much. So why you drop your name and where you're joining in from? It's also good to drop your questions at the same time. We also have Kangawa Frederick from Rwanda. Wow. Thank you so much. This is quite encouraging. Okay, so while I wait for your questions as well as your name and where you're joining from, I just want to say to people that there are many ways to get scholarship because that's a good way. Some people think there's just one way. No, there are several ways to get scholarship. You have scholarship from the government, you have scholarship from the schools. Now, some schools have the scholarship. You have scholarship from departments. Okay, we have scholarship from faculties. We have scholarship from private organizations or NGOs. So there are many ways, there are different kind of scholarships. So don't be so fixed. You know, information is power. When you don't know certain things, you think that is it. No. So please, if you maybe you know about scholarship, maybe you know how to do your application, but you don't know that there are other options out there. This space is also good for you to know there are other scholarship out there. So please do not limit yourself. We have Hazan from Uganda. Hi, I have a colleague from Uganda. Oh, yeah. Okay. And okay. And so I just want to say this. I'll try my best to. Oh, okay. We have my colleague here. Oh, yes. Hi, Buchi. It's good to have you here. Thank you so much. Can you hear me, Buchi? I think you need to unmute yourself.
Oh,
Can
sorry,
you hear me?
sorry. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, I thought I'll be alone. Thank you so much. Okay, so for those of you that don't know Buchi is one amazing mentor. They call him the people's mentor. I don't know if I should be jealous, but I'm happy. So please introduce yourself. The floor is yours.
Uh, Introductions. Hello, everyone. Uh, don't know about the people's mentor, but
Yeah.
yeah. I was a Commonwealth Scholar 2022, 2023. Yeah. University of Leeds. Studied the Masters in Transport Planning and Engineering. And well, I think that's basically it. We've been trying to help everyone that needs our help to work out these scholarship applications, because the process is a little bit mysterious if you're new to it. I remember when I started going through the details of scholarship applications and things that are needed, and it was a minefield of information. You get information overload, and but with the help of others, it's once you begin to dilute those information, you begin to make sense of the whole thing, and it's not as complicated as it usually looks. So yeah, I want to appreciate Ejiro for this platform. It's a very good one. I believe it's one of the things that we should do, help people out. So today is supposed to be a question and answer session, so I'm looking forward to helping to answer as much questions as I can. you know we don't know it all. We're also still learning the
Yeah.
process, but we
Yeah.
will try our possible best to see how we can help with the little experience that we have.
Mm.
Yeah.
So just to add, Buchi is so humble. He said he does not understand why they call him people's mentor. Let me tell you, man. Buchi is the people's mentor. He answers. So we have, apart from this live stream, we have like WhatsApp groups. Which is an amazing guy. He answers. He's patient and he can type lengthy to make you understand it. So please, which you don't humble. It's good to be humble, but let them know you're the people's mentor. Okay, and I think this message is for you from Abdullah. He said, "Welcome on board, mentor." So you see,
Okay. Thank you. Thank
okay.
you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Let me be sure, Bichi. Can you hear me
Yeah,
clearly?
yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Perfect. So good luck from Njoku. Thank you. Yes, it's quite amazing. We have people from Rwanda, from Uganda, from what's it called? Lagos, from okay, I've lost count. Which this is very encouraging. Serious, I'm really happy. Although it's quite late because of the time difference, but they're still here to learn.
Yeah.
So well, we also have from Kwara. Okay, this is brilliant. Wow. Sunday, I don't think Sunday's watching the match, so thank you for being here. Okay. So we have a question from Abdullah from yeah. So do you want to take the read or should I?
Let's see. Please, which admission letter is required for achieving scholarship? Kindly share more light on this conditional and unconditional admission letter. Thanks. Okay. Let me try to break down what the conditional and unconditional admission letters mean.
Which is the man? He's the man.
So, first of all, especially for those of us from Nigeria, you know that when you want to apply to a higher institution, we have a centralized admission system that is headed by the Joint Education Board, JAMB. So that means that all admissions go through this system before you get admission to any university across Nigeria, which means in Nigerian context, that means you can only hold admission for one university at one time, because you can only be given admission to one university through the central system. Now, when you leave Nigeria, in most other places where the universities have more autonomy, or where the universities are not mostly state-run universities, there is no central admission system for university admissions. And so because there is no central system, there is no monitoring across different universities of who has an admission where. Now, using the UK, where this question is peculiar to, the universities operate on an individual basis. The admission team also works individually. So there is no link between your admission at this university and your admission at the other university. Every university will give you admission at their own discretion. So the university has the full right to give or to deny admissions. Now, when you apply for admissions to a university, your documents are previewed. You don't write any exams. You just present your documents and requirements, your details, your previous academic records, your travel documents, and other necessary documents, proof of language literacy, etc. And so when you provide all these documents, the admissions teams will review against the criteria that they have for that course. And after this, the first stage or the preliminary review, they will now decide to grant you admission or not grant you admission. So if you fulfilled the basic criteria for that admission process, you will be granted admission. If not, they will tell you that you've not been granted admission. Now, in the process, there will be core things that the admissions team are looking for, and there may be other supplementary factors. Let's put it that way. So when they look, if you have the core things that they are looking for example, if you're applying for a master's, you have an undergraduate degree, or you have an undergraduate degree that's equivalent to an undergraduate degree in the UK. That is a basic. You have your previous academic record, and it's closely linked to what you're doing. That's a basic. Then when you have things like travel documents or language proficiency, those are supplementary in this case. So when you get a conditional offer, it means that you've passed the core requirements, but there are some supplementary requirements that are outstanding. Most of the time, these supplementary requirements are requirements from maybe the UK government or the UK immigration system. The language proficiency and the travel documents are usually because the university doesn't really need your travel document. That is just so that you can get a visa to come and study with them. So it's not really a core university requirement. So they can give you an admission on the condition that you provide this, and that. Sometimes the condition could be language literacy. Sometimes the condition could be, some people apply with maybe an international passport that is expired or close to expiry, and then they'll tell you to upload the renewed version. Sometimes the condition could be a financial deposit to secure your admission. So when they give you a conditional offer, it means that you are being considered for admission. You have not yet been admitted, but if you provide these requirements, you will be admitted. So when you provide the requirements, then you will be given what they call an unconditional offer. An unconditional offer means that the university is satisfied with all the documents you've presented, and they believe that they can now grant you the opportunity to come and study with them, and that there will be no requirements from the UK government that will prevent you from coming to study with them. So that's what an unconditional offer means. So when you have a conditional offer, the university has said, we want to give you admission, but you have to show us these things before we can actually take you as a student. So and the truth is, a conditional offer is not really an admission. So when you now relate it back to the question we're trying to answer, Chevening will require an unconditional offer from you, because you cannot study with a conditional offer. If that makes sense. You cannot study any course with a condition. If you don't make that conditional offer an unconditional offer, then you cannot go further to take up that admission, no matter what you do. So you have to fulfill those conditions. Now, in the case of some scholarships, like the Chevening and the Commonwealth, that are fully funded, if the condition on your admission is a financial condition, which is you have to pay a particular amount of deposit to secure this admission, then they can give you so if you go through the scholarship process, they will give you an award letter. When they give you an award, that award letter satisfies that condition. So they will accept a conditional offer that says that you need to pay some money to the university. That is the only conditional offer that fully funded scholarships usually accept. Any other condition, if the conditional offer is saying that you don't have a travel document, or if the condition is saying that you don't have the English language requirement, then even if the scholarship body gives you the scholarship, you will not be able to come to study that course because you cannot get the CAS documents from the university to process a visa to come to the UK. And this principle is also applicable in other countries like Canada, the United States, most universities in Europe. So it's more of a standard process. You have to satisfy the university requirements and you have to satisfy travel requirements as an international student before you can travel to a different country to study. And that is why even if you have a scholarship sponsor that is fully sponsored, they are providing finance. They cannot provide an international passport from you. They cannot make sure that you can speak the language. So the scholarship cannot make sure that you can speak. So it is when you fulfill the language condition from your admission that the scholarship body is confident enough to say, okay, this person is actually a good candidate to give our scholarship to, if that makes sense. So I think that's the easiest way I can explain it. So if what I've said is not very clear, you can add a follow-up question. But I think that is basically the way it is, or the way I understand it to be. I don't work with the university, so I don't really know. But from what I from what I've gathered, that's basically the way I understand the system.
Wow, Buchi, that was a lot. So thank you. Thank you so much. That was not simple. That was good. A lot. You see, please tell Buchi, Buchi, come back. We're asking you to come back. The people's mentor. Thank you. No, thank you so much. That was really good. Just because we are working with time, I'll go to the next question. And this next question, I'm glad it came up so I can express myself more and you can also address it also. Now, this is Frederick from Rwanda. So I remember you, I saw your hi, you say from Rwanda. So Frederick, I see you, okay, not in person, virtually from Rwanda. But you said, I just want to know all it takes for scholarship application. Frederick, you cannot do it under one day, truth be told. It takes processes. Now the good thing is that during my time, I didn't have this opportunity to speak to people mostly. So like try and error. But I know there was a time I joined a WhatsApp group, but it was a lot to flow with. So having this one-on-one or this more virtual session whereby you can go and watch the replay or you go and watch or ask questions that I'm burning. So what I can say is that being here today is a good step. But I won't lie to you and tell you that you can get all at once. No, because there are some things you need. Apart from knowing the processes, you need to have information to know how to get information, to know what information you need. They also need this motivation because some of us not get it at a go. Some got it, some don't. Now, it's one thing to apply. It's nothing to know how to manage rejection. So it's a lot. So I'll say to you, Frederick from Rwanda, being here is the first step. So the more you come, the more you ask questions, the more you join groups. Believe me, before it become a walkover for you. It'll be easy. So but do you want to add to that and possibly address further
Uh,
question?
well, you've said the core of it. It's a process. Like it's a learning process. Uh, like for myself, I first time I applied for a lot of scholarships. So, it's always it's always it's al- once in a while I just go when I'm going through my files or my folders. I just go to that my scholarship or my PG folder. It's a PG folder, and then I see all the different applications that are there.
As in
And yeah, but
folders.
the thing is with every application you learn.
Yeah.
That I'm explaining all these things now doesn't mean I knew it from the get-go. When first time I applied for admission in the UK, I didn't know what a conditional offer meant. The first time I got an email, you've been given a conditional offer, I was asking myself, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Then you have to now go to Google, ask around, what's this, what's that. I didn't even know that some conditional offers have deadlines to meet the conditions, things like
Okay,
that.
about
Yeah, yeah, there are
mm,
those sorts of things that you wouldn't know. But like you said, the first step is being here. For the fact that you got to this platform, it means you're in the right place where information is flowing. And that's one of the
yeah,
most important things. That's one of the
very
most important things. You need to be where information is flowing.
mm,
Because if you stand on your own, you won't be able to get everything. You might, but it'll be very difficult. So that you're here is the first step. So you're here, you're listening to what we're saying, and from whatever platform you are watching this from, record the other previous sessions are there. We've talked about different other scholarships and stuff. So those kind of things. So from time to time, questions will come up, but the most important things the The most important things you need is the drive. Do you really want to do a postgraduate degree? Do you want a scholarship? If the answer is yes, then it is just know it's possible. The opportunities are out there. There's more than enough opportunities out there for you to get a scholarship to study. Different conditions, different countries, different destinations, but there's a lot of opportunities out there because the world is looking to educate the next generation of people that are going to take us into the future, and a lot of funding is going into this type of things because
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
not this scholarship for scholarship's sake. These scholarships are because they need people to come and study these things because the future of the world depends on some of these things. That's why you see people giving scholarships for some specific areas. The Commonwealth is a developmental based scholarship. So the courses that they offer the scholarships is things that help, and the kind of people they select will tell you the direction the scholarship is geared towards. Some scholarships are there are scholarships for things in net zero now because the world is trying to go green. There are scholarships for things in cyber security, computing, because of the emergence of AI. So they know that with the emergence of AI, if a few people are allowed to work in that field without having people with general knowledge in these areas, uh, the world might be an unsafe place because there's something that's they call unintended consequences. It's one of the things I
Mm-hmm.
learned when they talk about unintended
Ben
consequences.
Tabuchi, people's man. Keep it.
Yeah. So when you're doing something and you're doing it for all the right reasons, but you don't really know
Yeah,
what the effect of it will be in other places, that's what they call unintended consequences.
yeah,
So yeah, so you need
yeah.
to. So that's why they need more people to be aware because the more people study, the more people are educated, the more likely that we are going to discover unintended consequences on time. The climate change we're looking at now is an unintended consequence of the industrial revolution.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things that people didn't pick up back then. People didn't know that the building industry is burning coal and fuel everywhere, trying to build everything all at once was
Yeah,
going
even
to
the
have,
cars. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
was going to have a negative effect on the planet. People could not see that far because most people did not understand what was going on. So that's why education, they are pushing for education now because the more educated people we have, the more likely people are going to say, oh, this thing you're doing might have an impact here, might have an impact there. And then everyone finds a solution. So you just have to take it as a journey. You may not get everything right the first time, but the
Mm-hmm.
most important thing is to start. I would say the most important thing is to start. Don't wait until you feel that you're oversaturated with information before you take the first step. You learn by doing. You always learn by doing. So I always say learn, learn. So I told some of my friends were like, oh no, I'm not ready to study. I told them, you're not ready to study, yes, but that doesn't mean you can't apply for an admission. It doesn't cost you anything if there's no application fee. Do the application, see what the process looks like, get acquainted with, learn how to write professional emails. Some people don't know how to write professional emails. Some people don't know how to communicate via email. So these are some of the subtle things that you learn. There's no master class on scholarship application. It would be nice to have one. I wish I had one, but you just need to take it gradually. Digest the information, take it in, ask questions whenever you're stuck. No question is stupid. If you want to learn, you have to believe and accept that no question is stupid. If you need someone to, please, I don't know how to write an email. Say you don't know how to write an email. Someone will help you to learn how to write an email. When someone helps you the first time or the second time, the third time you'll be able to do it. So always ask questions, which is good that we are here. So if you are in the audience and you're scared of asking your question, this is a call to you to also bring your question forward so that we can also address it. You will learn from your question, and other people also learn from your question as well. Yeah, Ejiro, I think that's what I'll say for now. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Because we are mindful of time, there are a lot of questions on the charts, but I want to say this. The thing is this. So, like I said, this is one of many programs. So, if for any reason we could not address your question, what I would do is I will flag it down for the next section. So, we're aiming to have this at least possibly twice a week. We don't know yet because we have audiences from Tanzania, Nigeria, Ghana. So, we want to see, and they all pick different times. So, we'll see how we can accommodate as much people as we can. So, if we don't address your question, it's not because we don't want to. We have to work with time, so we can always flag it up for next section. So please don't feel offended. So this question, I'm going to jump to a particular question, then I'll come back. Now, why I said it, because I love this question. Now, this is question. It says, are there any master scholarship where etiquette are also paid for? Now, some people don't even know the importance or the benefit of scholarship. I think that should be addressed quickly. So I'll just list some few points. Then, but you list them, go to the main questions, all the technical part, because people don't understand. So but you, how did we meet? Maybe we should start from there. How did we meet?
Uh, I think I
Or
saw
what?
a banner for a session like this, I think. And then I
We met on
sent
a
you
banner.
a Telegram. Yeah, I saw a banner
Sorry?
with your I saw a banner with your name and your face. Then I went to the Telegram group and looked for your contact and I sent you a message. I think that's what happened. Hello? Ah.
So can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I was scared it was I was the one
I need
having
to change my
technical issues.
network. A second. I think I can get a better reception. So if you can hear me now, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So is this okay? Am I good now? Perfect. I had to change my reception. So yeah, so we in that stuff we met through like a scholarship, right?
Yeah.
But you can hear me.
Yes, yes. Can't you hear me?
Yeah, I did. I can't. Sorry. So I need to get better reception next time. So we met through scholarship. Now scholarship have many benefits. I'll just list a few. Over time when we are this, speaking, we can mention it. So okay, now I don't know what's happening.
I
I
can hear
seem to
you.
have a good. Oh, you can hear me. Perfect.
Yeah.
Then I'll just keep talking. If once you can't hear me, just send me a DM. I would know. Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, scholarship have many reward benefits. First of all, scholarships. Some scholarship pay the airfare. They won't pay more than your airfare. They pay for your accommodation. They give you stipends. Some of them pay if you're married. They pay for your spouse. Give spouses allowance. Some people give you clothing allowance. So it depends on the scholarship you get. But my point is that scholarships have different dimensions. But in general, when you have scholarship, it's mostly when it's outside your country. You have the opportunity to explore other countries, learn about other culture. You get to meet people from international spaces. You get to have like access to more opportunities, because when you have some prestigious scholarship, it comes with like a name. And when you're like, oh, my name is this from this, I'm a scholarship awardee, it comes with a different like atmosphere. So there are many benefits to scholarship. Don't just think it's just about academic or education. No, it might be the starting foundation, but if you know what you're doing, there are more opportunities out there. So, Richard, do you want to just quickly add maybe a few benefits of scholarship or maybe your experience of how it gave you more? Then we quickly address the few questions and call it a night.
Okay, yeah. So the question says, are there any master scholarships where etiquettes are also paid for that you know? Okay, so first of all, I will mention that the Commonwealth Scholarship pays for the airfare. So let me mention that one because I was a beneficiary of that. Usually, when a scholarship is advertised, you need to it comes like a package. So you need to look at what does the package contain. Some say fully funded. When someone says fully funded, it means fully funded is synonymous to all expense paid. So when it's fully funded, sometimes it takes care of, like Idra said, you get the etiquette, you get travel allowance, you get different things, depending on the scholarship. Some scholarships are partially funded. So some may only cover the fees. But you also need to understand that scholarships are not just okay. I used to have some friends that used to think that first of all, scholarships are for poor people. That's it's a stereotype. It's a stereotype.
No.
People think that scholarships are for poor people. First of all, scholarships are not poverty competitions or poverty pageants. Let me put it that way. Because some people think
Yeah.
that your application for a scholarship is to come and showcase how poor you are, and the poorer you are, the more your chances of winning the scholarship.
But yeah, but nice. But
No,
I like it. Must say it
no,
as it is. It's
yeah,
okay. Say it. Say it as
that's
it
because
is.
I've someone has come across to me saying this type of thing, and I was like, no, you don't need to. Like, I think I saw a question where someone talked about SOP. Someone has come to me and told his whole SOP was just talking about the financial problem of the father, the financial problem of the mother, his uncle's financial problem, his auntie's financial problem. That's not what you're being asked to do. Every scholarship, like every scholarship has an aim. So you need to understand when you're applying for a scholarship, what is the aim of this scholarship? I just said that some scholarships are for AI, some scholarships are for net zero, some scholarships are for development, some scholarships are for poverty alleviation. So in that situation, they will ask you details of your financial standing to be sure that you
Yeah.
are financial need.
Mhm.
But that's not the sum total of scholarships, and that's not the majority of scholarships. Majority of scholarships are not about how poor you are. Majority of scholarships want to educate people to achieve different things. So you need to take that out. So different scholarships have different packages and they give you different things. Some scholarships will even organize networking sessions, special leadership training sessions, send you to some conferences, they send you to some international events. I've attended some international events on behalf of Commonwealth or courtesy of Commonwealth. So it is one of those things. Some of them will sponsor you to attend conferences, network you with
Mhm.
people, link you
Yeah.
with even leaders from your own home country. Some people, so those are the opportunities that have come from all these scholarships. So they ask all these things. So you need to be proactive in understanding what the scholarship package contains, so that you know whether it's the right fit for you. Because, like I said, there's enough opportunities for everyone, but not every opportunity may fit you. So you need to also know what opportunities are out there that fit your profile.
Mm.
So I think that's one of the most important things to say.
Yeah. Two days are over. Thank you so much, Bichi. Thank you, thank you. The people's mentor. Always giving to it at its hot noise, the hot, whatever you call it. Yeah. So I just want to say this to people. Please, by the way, Bichi is an amazing host, but today I'm hosting, so it's coming down for me. So no, maybe one of these days when it's free, you can host and you can feel him well. For now, let him allow me to feel myself. So good luck. Like I said, if for any reason you are not satisfied with the answer you get, please you can always come back and drop your question in the next section. And the other mentors will have different experiences. So what we do is that we don't just like using only one set of people because everybody have different experiences. So we might give you an answer that it might not satisfy you, but someone else might give an answer that might satisfy you. So that's why we bring in different people. So please, if you're not satisfied, that's fine. Always come back or possibly subscribe or just stay tuned. You will get notification because we are also busy. So we're trying to see how we can make sure that we accommodate everybody or as much people as we can, including the speaker, because they are important. They need to help answer. So we need to make sure that they're available. So this question, good luck for Joko. No way, this is my classmate. We went to school together. Hi, good luck, shout out. So Buchi, this is my classmate, and amazing. Good luck, hi. So you can send me hi if you can hear me. So would you need to first get admission before routing for a scholarship? Now, I like questions like this because some people will tell you no. So we tell you yes. Which what will you tell him? No or yes?
It depends.
You see, I told you this is a question I cannot get an answer. So let's debate. Which good luck. I tell you my own. Let Peter his own. So my own is no, it depends. So you're right. Wait. Now I'm thinking it depends because some scholarship will tell you without the admission, they cannot even consider you. While some will tell you get the scholarship, then we can talk about admission within a certain duration. So it
Mhm.
depends on who's funding. That's the thing. Oh, Buchi, he's only the people's mentor. It depends. Buchi, take it over. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. It
Okay,
depends.
so yeah, so like it really depends. It depends on the scholarship body. So every
Yeah.
scholarship body will always have their process. The process is
Mm-hmm.
not the same. There is no blanket process. There's
Yeah. Yeah.
no there's no central, like I said, there's no central admission system. So the same way, all scholarships are not linked together. So
Okay.
yeah, so some people will want you to first of all get an admission, show an admission letter,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
then apply for a scholarship. Most of the time, this you get this type of ones from university funded scholarships, internal scholarships of the university itself,
Yeah.
or the course you're applying for. So sometimes obviously you have to have an admission with the university, then you can now apply for a university scholarship. Now, if you have an external sponsor, it might be that they want to see that you've gotten an admission before they now consider you for sponsorship. Some other people will want you to start the scholarship process and then do the admission process and then come back later to marry the two processes together. Why? There are also some scholarships that are for people that are already doing the course. So there are some scholarships that once you're already in school, that's when that you've come to school, you've started studying, then you can now be eligible to apply for this program. So those ones are scholarships that are ongoing while you're in school. So it's only when you're already a student that has started studying, you're already going to class and everything, that you can apply for some of these ones. So some of those type of scholarships also exist.
Mm.
So yeah, but if you're like an international student and you're looking to travel, obviously you want to first of all, most likely you want to secure your scholarship before you travel. So it depends. You just need to follow the guidelines of the scholarship that you're applying for and try to understand the process. Read through, all the information is usually on the website. You just need to take the time to scroll and read and scroll and read and scroll and read, and you usually
Yeah.
get the information. But most of this information is always online. So
Yeah.
but the scholarships like to be transparent with their process. So it
Mm-hmm,
doesn't look
mm-hmm.
like anybody is being favored. So they always
Yeah.
put all the information on the net. So
Yes. Yeah.
if you take your time, you read through the information, you will see most of the things there. And you
Yes.
can also ask questions and you also get the answers to those questions.
Yes. Yeah. So I like how you ended it. So when you finish reading and you don't understand anything, don't worry, we are here to help. But at least read. Yeah, so you can actually ask the right question. Yeah, you should. So thank you so much. I just want to add this. Although some people, like I met some people, a girl from the Middle East, she kind of didn't get scholarship in her first year, but in the second year, she had to find a scholarship because it was very difficult for her. So there are many ways to go about it, but it's always good when you go with a scholarship. Believe me, life is way, way much easier. Then you can become the people's mentor. Sorry. No, maybe by playing the but we are serious. We are serious. So I hope that answers your question. So let me go to the next one. We have a lot of questions. I need to jump to the next one. The next one came from um hmm, good. That was some good luck. Now we have from Afi Kode Ifeoluwa. Looking at Canada, United States, and Australia for admission, what can you say about these three locations for a master's degree? What are the advantages and disadvantages of those locations? Which do you want to answer? Or do you want me to start?
Yeah. Let me try. Let me
Good.
try to say
I like the
something.
word try because we're here to attempt. We're not the experts. We're just
Yeah.
attempting. So get that right.
So,
Right. Yeah.
so as someone that has not been to Canada or US or Australia, yeah. So let me provide. I've not been there, so I cannot say that I know from experience. But
Mhm.
what I know is the advantage and disadvantages. Canada is already too big for me to say this is the advantage of Canada or disadvantage of Canada. It really depends on where you're going, how you're going. So if you have a fully funded scholarship and you're going to Canada, I mean, you're going to one of the best universities in Canada. There's going to be a lot of advantages there. But you can also go to maybe you go to Canada, you go to very expensive city and you don't have funding and you're struggling with school and there's a lot of disadvantages there. Not that you can't make it. So it's not really about the location, I would say. It's more about the course you're studying and maybe the university you're studying it in. I think those are the core things that me I look out for when I was applying. You funding is important, but you also need to know what course are you going to study. And another important point I want to make is when you hear the title of a course, don't take it for surface value. Go and
Thank
read
you.
about
Thank you. That was amazing. Thank you. That
go
is
and
needed to be said. Yeah.
go and go and read the course content. What
Mm-hmm.
exactly are they teaching? You see a course title, International Diplomatic Relations. Yeah. And in your mind, you're thinking, if I study this course, I'll be a high commissioner in my country. I'll become the best diplomat in the world. I'll work with the United Nations. And then you go there, and that course is designed for people that are negotiating with terrorists. And that is what they are teaching you about, how to negotiate with terrorists, how to make negotiations in crisis, and that's not exactly country to country diplomacy that you are thinking about. You'll be an ambassador, so you need to go and see exactly what are these people teaching in this course. What's the course made of? How does this align with what I want to achieve, etc. And then that will now give you, when you're talking about something like this, then you cannot be looking, okay, what are the advantages and disadvantages if I study this course at this university in this location, but not like I can't just tell you, oh, the advantage of coming to the UK is that the weather is cold and the disadvantage is that the weather is hot. Those kind of things those kind of things are not very substantial in the grand scheme of things, because there are people in this country studying. So it depends on exactly what you're chasing. So you need to align your goals and then find the program that suits what you want to achieve. Just is a middle ground thing. There's no really right answer, but you just need to think more about what you're going to study rather than the country, the name of the country per se. Because your dream course might be in Portugal, so you must not look for it, or it might be in the Netherlands, or it might be in Germany, or it might even be in China. So you need to, like, when I was doing my search, I started with what I wanted to study, and then I started looking for where are the nice places to study this thing, and then start looking at what are they actually teaching. And then, when you narrow down a few options, you can now say, okay, what are the funding opportunities for these courses I'm looking at? Where can I find a scholarship that can match me into any of these places? Because almost every course will have a kind of way that is funded. So I guess that's my own way of saying it.
Okay,
Pedro,
thank you. Yeah, before I start that, I need to say shout out to my friend. Good luck, I see you. He was my good classmate. So you see, hi, good luck, I see you. So thank you so much. And thanks to me and Buchi.
It's always good to reconnect with familiar
people. Guess what? He also studied transport. So 3 transport.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, let's be serious. Okay, back to it. So yeah, Buchi, thank you so much for that your response. But I want to say this in subsequent section, we'll have people that also study in Canada, US, and Australia come speak, and they can give their own experience, their own responses. But just to add to what Buchi said, there are many things to put into consideration again. But one thing I think that most people overlook is this. So in most, or rather in the country I know, my own country, Africa, Nigeria, for example, you need to understand what is the criteria to study a course. For example, some courses are exam based. Some courses are research based. Some courses are maybe internship. I don't know. So because it's not just picking a course or picking a country, you need to understand what's the dynamics around the study, around the course. Does this work for you? Some people cannot write exam because they always have anxiety. So they rather go for research or essay exam, whereby you write at your convenience, more time. You get my point? What some people do not like to write, they want like exam-based assessment. So there are many dynamics you have to put into consideration. Sorry, but not to mention this, but you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in UK, masters is mostly a year, right?
Yeah, mostly.
In the UK?
Mostly. Some are a year, some are a year, 6 months.
Yeah, but I think in
yeah.
But in the US, I think they have a year, 2 years also, right? Okay, go on.
Yeah, in the US, it's mostly 2 years. In Canada, it's also mostly 2 years.
Good.
To do a master's.
Yes. So maybe that's an aspect if you might want to also consider. But what is that? Whether it's 2 years or 1 year, finally you will finish. It gets so just look at other dynamics behind the course, and also what is your end game? What's your future plan? Do you understand? So because we want to end by 9 to ensure that we keep maintaining this 1 hour and so we can do other section in the future. We are sorry, but I don't think we'll address all questions. So let me move to the next person. What is the current state of being in your spouse after securing an admission abroad? Okay. If otherwise, you again. Okay.
I think the answer to my previous question is the same with this one. Depends. It still depends on where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Different countries, different immigration policies. Some will
Mm-hmm.
let you bring your spouse, some may not let you bring your
Mm-hmm.
spouse. Some
Mm-hmm.
scholarships will give you a spouse allowance, children allowance, all those things. Some may not. But it still depends on what's your focus, what's your end game, where are you going, what do you want to do, what's the so you need to, most of the time when you're applying for a scholarship, they will ask you what's your short-term, long-term plan. So you need to sit down as an applicant and actually think about it, think about exactly what exactly do I want to achieve in next 4, next 2, next 5, next 10 years. Think about it. It's an important question because it will also help you into your scholarship applications to help you to sieve through the opportunities that come your way or the ones that you discover. So you know exactly, are you the kind of person that you want to go and study and come back to your family? But you don't take your family along because it might be distracting for your studies. There are people that way. Are the kind of person that you can't study without support from your spouse. If
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
you go
that's
to
very good.
a strange country and you've not seen your son or your daughter for 3 months, you will start having anxiety issues. You won't be able to calmly study. You won't be able to get the support you need. You need to think about these things as well.
Mental health, mental health.
Yes, there are dynamics that play out. People think it's just come
Yeah.
and study and
No,
go.
it's not. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not. So you need to think about all these things. So I don't know what the current state is. Like I said, every country has different immigration policy. I don't even know what the current state is in my home country. Whether if a
Um,
foreigner is coming to study, I'm not sure of what the state is. So you need to. It's one of those things you research while you're applying.
yeah. Just to add to that, this thing changes every time. But and in the UK, I don't think you can bring in your spouse for masters, only PhD. I don't think so. I think there was a time
Yeah, I
like that.
think
Yeah, I think
based on
new
the new
law.
immigration
Yeah.
laws, you're
But I
studying. I
think
think if you're studying a program that's less than 2 years, you may not be able to bring
yeah.
your spouse
But
along.
I think it's quite different for healthcare people. I don't know if I'm wrong. I don't know much about it.
Yeah,
It's a,
it's something that came into play this January.
yeah,
So
so it's
people
still
are
recent.
still
Yeah.
understanding exactly what the policy is saying and
Yes.
where the
So
exemptions are. I know there are some exemptions somewhere, but
yeah,
I
we
don't
don't
really
know.
I don't really understand it myself.
Yeah.
So
But these are the things you have to check. But like I said, if you're not satisfied with this answer, it's fine. Go and do your research or come for next sections and bring it up again. You meet different panelists or all the same and we'll attempt to answer as much as we can. So if I think we need to move for the next person. Okay, does Chevney offer scholarship for online courses? Which I don't know much about Chevney, so
from the knowledge I have, is no.
okay.
Everything is restricted to 1 year course that
Mm,
starts in September.
mm-hmm. Awesome.
Masters taught masters course 1 year program starts in September. Those are some of the restrictions I know. So it has to be a 12-month program. It has to start in September, and it has to be a taught masters, which is taught on site.
Okay, brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so much. So, some this if is serious. Okay. If I don't mind, please. This is what we want. Ask questions. I hope we're helpful to you. Ife. I hope we are. So, how do you prepare for an interview invitation from schools that have shown willingness to accept you? What are possible questions and responses? What questions can you also ask them to interview? For if I think this question is related because we don't even know what is a course, whether it's MSc, whether it's PhD, we don't even know what you're talking about. But so
Yeah.
let me give a quick answer from a PhD perspective. I think Buchi would answer in general whatever he wants to go. So for PhD, for example, maybe you want to go for a particular course. I don't know, but one thing I know they will ask you most of the time is, that normally comes up is why a PhD. You get, they will ask you questions on your methodology. Okay, that is when you. I think most times is when they're giving sponsorship, and why some of them is maybe when they want to possibly an interview with a supervisor, potential supervisor. So it depends. I don't know. It's a very dynamic case. I don't know what you're asking, but let's imagine you're going for a PhD and you want sponsorship. So they ask you why a PhD most times, or what's methodology, what will you do when there's a setback? Because PhD is a long journey. They want to know if you can manage setbacks and still continue, and possibly more about the research you want to do. Okay, that's some common questions they ask. Then there are other more questions, but what you can ask as a person is possibly if there are some things you don't really understand about the course or about the project if it's a joint project. You can ask more questions about it. Or you can also ask possibly about their supervision style or anything around the school. So it's good to also ask questions back, and possibly when can I expect a response from you regarding the outcome. So it's a very dynamic something. There's no one straight way or one shoot side fits all. So Buchi, over to you.
Yeah, I think you've said the main thing. It's a general question. Uh, from a general perspective, I think they would like to know, similar to the why PhD question. Some schools may also ask you why us? Why are you choosing our university? Why
Yeah.
us? Then they can also ask you why you? Why are you the best candidate to be taken for this program? So it's a general kind of, it's a why us, why you? Why this course? What is your motivation? They will just is more about they've seen your academic qualification, so
Mhm.
they know academically the measure of your, I'll call it, your academic strength. So those type of interviews are more or less getting to know you as a person. Are you the kind of person that we want to study with? Are you the kind of person we are looking for of this course? It's same as a job interview. But some of the kind of questions you can also ask them things like, depending on the course, you can ask what resources are available, how
Also, brilliant, brilliant.
how
That's all.
how are assessments graded,
Yeah.
and how will I be assessed in this course? What are the major milestones we are looking to achieve? When you've read whatever is on the website or whatever, some of these questions may have been answered there, and then the ones you also want to. If it's a kind of admission interview and you're also looking for funding, you can also ask them, is funding available for this course?
Mm-hmm.
You can ask what kind of funding can be available to an international student. You can also ask them the number. When will I hear back from you? You know, ask all these questions. Don't be scared to ask questions, because if I'm interviewing a student and I finish asking you questions and you don't ask me any questions back, if I was your lecturer, I start thinking, if I take this person to my class, are you sure he's actually going to be part of the teaching learning process? Because how will I talk for 10 minutes and he has nothing to say? So it's also good that you also ask those curious questions, because they also like being asked questions. It helps that two-way flow, and it also makes them to understand that this person is teachable and is eager to learn. It presents that kind of image, if you ask me. So have
Yeah.
those, read up. By the time you read up about whatever the interview is about, you will have questions to ask. Just don't
Yeah.
be scared to ask the questions. You can just prepare and frame your questions in a proper way, but
Yeah.
ask your questions. They're always good.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rich. Okay, I just want to say a shout out to Fumi Ogunrona. She's our sign language interpreter. She always interpret for us. So maybe next time she interpret for us. So Fumi, we see you. Thank you. Shout out to you for all the love you'll be helping us interpreting to accommodate more people, to be help us more inclusive. So thank you so much, Fumi. Okay. So because we are running out of time, we'll take this question, which is a quick answer, but quick answer.
The
There will be one
scholarship
more
have
question.
the scholarship have age limits. Mostly no. Maybe
Mm.
there's a minimum age. There might be a minimum age, maybe, but usually there's no maximum.
It depends on the scholarship. Some have minimum, some have maximum. Again, it depends. But the truth is that there's scholarship that can accommodate everyone. You just need to look for the one that you
Yeah,
fit their criteria. There
yeah.
is.
I've
For
seen people in their
Commonwealth,
60s on scholarships.
yeah,
I've
Commonwealth,
seen
I
people,
mentioned this
seen
age,
people in their
age.
70s.
Yeah, yeah. Commonwealth, there's no age, right? I don't think there is not. There's no age
No,
in
I don't
Commonwealth.
think so. I
Yeah,
don't
there
think so.
isn't.
Even if there is, it maybe 70s or so. But
Yeah, yeah. But some scholarship, like I think on this, is it LNG or whatever? I don't know. Some are scholarship age based. I don't know. But you
yeah,
see,
some scholarships are age based. Yeah, some scholarships are targeting the youth. It's just the same thing. What's the scholarship targeting? Some scholarships are targeting the youth. Some scholarships are targeting working professionals. So if you're 16, they don't expect it to be a working professional. So they may cut, they
yeah,
may not, they may put an age limit. Kind of, these are the kind of people we are looking for. So it depends on what the scholarship is targeting. So most of the time, it's a very wide bracket. But if a scholarship is very focused, there might be an age limit to it.
Okay, but we have a lot of questions, but I want us to stop at 9 so that we can encourage more mentors to join next time. Next time, they don't want us to go beyond the time. If it's a webinar, we can always go beyond, but this is like a drop in, so we do it more frequently. So we'll just do one more questions. Then is that good?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
So I'm going to just run through all the questions and we'll pick one. This one. So I want you guys to know that we also see your question. This is one.
Okay.
This is
This
one. The
one.
next one. So we are
Yeah.
seeing your
We've done
questions.
this one.
So go.
We've answered this one.
Oh, perfect. The
Yeah.
next one is this one.
Okay.
Then
No.
this one. So we see you all. Believe me, we see you, but you cannot take everything. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So I think from those three, I'll go back again.
Yeah.
This one, and this one. Then call it tonight.
Okay. So I think the first one and this last one are similar.
Oh, what's the
So
first one? Sorry. This one.
yeah, this one, and then there's that one. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
cool. So
talking
let's
about
merge it.
qualifications. So
So let's
I
merge
think
it. Should
yeah,
I read
let's
it
merge
out?
it. Yeah, I think we can merge it and answer it together.
Yeah, so I'll do that. Point, point on one qualification for UK. Is it a distinction or what? I have a credit, but I always receive negative response that my qualification does not meet their criteria from Zambia. The next question we're making to, please, what do I do to make up for two to get a PhD admission in business management? Most schools scholarship minimum requirement is a 2-1, even with masters. Okay, let's do this. But the people's
Yeah.
man.
So qualification requirements vary across the board, and
Mm-hmm.
it really depends. So you need to uh, filter the applications you make based on the qualifications that you have. Now I know that if you're okay, let's use this one. You have a 2-2, you're trying to get a PhD, and then some of them have a 2-1 requirement, even with masters. Saying most schools, I've seen people with 2-2 and masters get PhDs. So I don't know whether it's specific to business management or if you're just looking in the wrong places. Because I know that some people, if you have a 2, some people, I think even if you have a third class, if you have a relevant masters, they can offer you a PhD. So I think you need to broaden your search. And the same thing goes for the distinction and credit thing. But you also have to be mindful of the what they call the degree equivalence. So
Mm-hmm.
when you have a degree in your country, I don't know. This might sound maybe I don't know discriminatory, but that you went to a university in your country and you got a bachelor's degree does not mean that that bachelor's degree is recognized everywhere in the world as a bachelor's degree.
Tell us something. We've
Yeah.
seen a lot.
So
Yeah.
so you have to do some degree equivalence. You need to check whether the degree that you get from your home university, what is it equal to on international ranking? And there are some
Yeah.
platforms that do those type of things.
Can you
So
mention a few? Do anyone? Just even just one.
yeah,
Then
I
I
know
can.
the WES does it, but I think you need
West.
to pay for
Yes.
WES evaluation. But I know there are some other free ones that you can use online as well. I can't remember any free one, but I know WES is like the gold standard for equivalence. So
To
you need
check.
to
Yeah.
also check whether what your degree is equivalent to.
Mm-hmm.
So for the UK, check what your home degree is equivalent to in the UK, and then see what you can do to add up to it, because that may be what the problem is. Your home degree might not be equivalent to the minimum uh, criteria over in the UK. You can also email the admissions team to ask what went wrong or why your application was lacking. If you get, unfortunately, we cannot do this, we cannot do that, you can always email them back for feedback. Ask, what was wrong with my application? Where did things go wrong? Was there something deficient? Do I need to provide any extra document? And then from there, you begin to see a bigger picture of what is happening or what may be holding back the success of your application. So, in summary, do an evaluation on your own, an individual evaluation on your own, and also ask for feedback when you get negative responses.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. I want to add this. So there's a time whereby I got admission in Australia, in a school in Australia, and so they wanted me to have certain points in my research because I think In the UK, I think in some schools you do more of exams and less of research, or the research have lesser points than the whole exam. But they wanted the way their school worked in Australia, they want them to have more research and less exam. So that was an issue. And however, they had to give me the admission based on my work experience. That was what covered for where I had a shortfall. So what I'm saying to you is there are many ways to make up for these things. You might not have the grade they want, but if you have the work experience, some schools will give it to you. If you have professional courses, some school give it to you. If you have volunteering services, like what you said, maybe you need to expand what you search. Every school have what they want. You get, but if you just said it has to be this school and you're not improving yourself to meet up with their standard, you just keep hitting a brick wall. You get, so please, there's always a way around these things. Somebody said, "Who knows? We cannot use our HND to get admission." People that use HND and get masters. It's out. It's happening. It is happening. So please, it's not just about knowing how to apply. It's also getting information to know what's out there, so you can expand your scope. So I want to say in this note, we're going to stop here, but I need to just address this so she would or he would not feel left out. And this is Sunday. So we see your question, what are the cost things in an SOP for a graduate program? And hopefully you join next time, we'll start this question. Hopefully, if you're around, you can also flag it up. So we see you, we know. So thank you so much for all for joining. For Rwanda, Kenya, Lagos, I've lost, I can't remember
Zambia.
the countries. Yeah, you remember, thank you. So thank you. And to follow Buchi on LinkedIn, just go and type Buchi, you see it. Buchi's name. So this is name. Yeah.
Okay.
Just type in on LinkedIn. It's amazing. Believe me. And if you want to join your WhatsApp group, just try to DM him on LinkedIn or me on Facebook or whatever. We'll give you the link. So thank you so much. In the future, we'll have more mentors joining in. I think the match has finished, Nigerian match. People are not joining in. So, but we have to go ourselves because we have other things we are doing too. So possibly, I believe next week we'll have another section with at least more mentors. And we want to do this over time so that you guys will get equipped and want to stick to the 1 hour so people will not feel discouraged. So thank you so much for joining in. And would you anything you want to add to it?
Yeah, so I just want to say, well done for being here. Very, very nice and important questions were raised.
Yeah.
I feel that the nature of the questions that are coming up shows that people are actually doing work in the background, and that is very good. So keep
Yeah.
doing what you're doing, and if you continue doing, continue improving, getting more information, your dream of having a scholarship to studying internationally will come to pass. You just need to not give up. So yeah, like Adrian said, we'll have more sessions. I'll try to join other sessions as much as I
Oh,
can.
Richie, yay! We're happy. No, I'm
Yeah,
happy because they will enjoy you. I know what you can do, so it's fine.
yeah. So and I think also the SOP thing we might address it. So maybe in the next session we can start off
Yeah.
with that, because
Somebody else just add them. Yeah.
that can be a full 1 hour discussion on its own,
Yeah.
because there are a lot of
Yeah.
intricacies when it comes to an SOP.
Yeah.
It's not a template document you just draft anyhow. So
Mm-mm.
we'll talk about that in the future. So stay tuned on this
Yeah.
platform, and then we'll get back to the issues of the SOPs. Also
Yeah.
read about SOPs before you come again, so that when we are
Teacher.
talking, you can also be flowing with the
Yeah. That's
conversation.
true.
Thank you.
That's true.
Thank
Thank you. That was very important. Read. Yeah, thank you. So please, we've done a lot of good webinars in the past where Bichi was a host and also a speaker. So if you can go to this channel and explore this channel, just subscribe or explore and see webinars. They're very, very as in educative, enlightening Q&A sections. There's some questions that I already addressed. Just go and explore at your personal time, or rather rewatch this section. So thank you everyone and have a beautiful evening. And those of you that watch the match, enjoy. All right. Bye.
you.
Everyone.
Yeah, bye.
Okay.